There we are. A few marks off here, but mostly correct. That totals up to 92. Not bad at all. Alright. Let's see what's up next. Ah, yes. Hello. Come on in. No, don't worry. I was just getting a little bit of grading done. Office hours are still open. Please, come and take a seat. Oh, but let me clear some of this out of the way for you. I've made a bit of a mess right now. Alright, papers off to the side. And there we are. You can put your things down there if you'd like. I know the textbook for our class isn't the lightest, so to speak. Advanced pseudo-human physiology isn't exactly a filler course. Can't quite coast along like you might in interspecial communications. Oh, but don't repeat that, please. Here, before I get myself in trouble, tell me what it is I can help you with. I saw your email mentioning you were having a little trouble. Oh, that's entirely understandable. Especially with the latest chapter. Vampiric physiology tends to take people by surprise. It's more complicated than many realize. You've been doing a very good job with the class, though. I have the highest confidence. With a little help, you'll come to understand it. Are there any specific concepts you're having trouble with? Yes, I thought that might be it. Alright. Well, I can take a look at your notes and any recent work you've done. Would you mind passing your binder this way? Ah, very prepared. Good. Thank you, thank you. Give me just a moment to take a look. Alright. That's right. That's good. Here. Do you remember the diagram I showed in the slides? The causality and severity of sun reactivity in the dermal layers of the skin, depending on the type of vampire one may come across. Yes, all right. I'm going to draw a few rough sketches here, if you don't mind. And here, let me get your email back open. There we are. I'll add a few attachments here that might be helpful to a reply, in case that's more helpful than my scribbles. But for now, and I'm sure you know this already, could you tell me the three main branches of vampirism? That's right. lineage-based, curse-based, and magic-based. I know, I'm sure this must seem absolutely basic for you. You've always done well in my classes, but it doesn't hurt to revisit the foundations. Can you remind me, please, of the difference between curse and magic-based? Exactly. Curses are cast with an intention that results in the recipient taking on vampiric qualities, typically boosting the more negative aspects, while the latter is a result of wild magic manifesting itself in response to heightened emotional states or something of that nature. Again, the very basics, but doesn't hurt to ensure you got that down first. Now, for the material we're learning at the moment. The reason I checked those basics to review is because the complexity of our current chapters stem out of this variability. There are traits that categorize one as a vampire, such as dermal reactivity to sunlight or conversion of blood energy to life force, amongst others. But the physical manifestations and mechanisms of these can wildly vary due to the nature of the individual vampire. And truth be told, it's why many medical students aren't keen on working with vampiric patients, at least for more major operations and such. They lend themselves to a rather unpleasant guessing game. When it comes to the skin in particular, it's really very fascinating. The reactions to sunlight vary in an incredible multitude of ways, from how the reaction occurs to the reason for the occurrence in the first place. I don't want you to memorize this per se. It's about as useless as trying to memorize chaos vectors in magical theory. There's always rhyme and reason, patterns, but it's not a one-to-one equation. You can't assume that, oh, well, I've got a genetic vampire, and therefore the melanocyte count should be higher with a slower decay rate than a vampire with a cursed origin. That genetic vampire may be a descendant of a cursed progenitor, and that progenitor could be one generation removed, or they could be half a dozen removed, and that's going to have a large effect. And that's where a lot of the biology I warned about in the syllabus comes into play. Oh, I know. It's a lot of information to try and process. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of it. And the more you look at case studies, the more immersed you are in the material, the faster it'll click, and the easier you'll find you've picked it up. You might feel pretty lost right up until the moment where, where you don't. It'll click, it'll snap into place, It's a more intuitive thing than something you might memorize with flashcards. Ah, that's an excellent question. All types of creatures are categorized, yes. Races aren't distinct in the same way people once thought. The things that make vampiric categorization and physiology more complex, though? Well, take a look at lycanthropy. Werewolves, whether born or bitten, express in the same way. There are differences in the extremity of the wolf-like characteristics they take on, but it's a sliding scale. In their humanoid forms, lycanthropes may show nothing more than sharp teeth and quick-growing claws. Others may take on fur, more canid eyes, so on and so forth. Vampiric characteristics don't express themselves in the same way throughout the different causations, and even with one causation, there's always variance. Oh, I promise you'll get this. Trust me, non-human biostudies is difficult. I don't want to make it seem as if I'm trying to pretend it's anything other. But I have confidence in you. As the major advisor, I've seen so many people get to where you are, and so many people struggle, really struggle, right here. It's normal. It's a lot. Push through it, and it'll make sense. Just do your best. That's all you can do. Don't hurt yourself over it. Don't stress yourself. I'm here to help you along the way. Here, I'm attaching a few more things to that email for you. A few case studies and charts to look over. I'd like for you to examine the patient reports. Give me your best analysis, along with a breakdown of your reasoning, with some more extensive insight onto what portions of the material you've understood or what you may have interpreted differently than intended. I can make more firm guiding pushes in the right direction. Don't worry about perfection, and feel free to use your textbook as a reference. But make sure you come up with these results on your own. This isn't graded. I won't make you turn it in, but I do think it would be beneficial. Along with these reports, I've attached some diagrams of common expressions of vampiric traits along with the vampire type one might expect to see a similar trait expression in. And if I really see that you've put the effort into this, there may be some extra credit in it for you. Now, I'll send these to your student email, but besides that, I think that's about everything for that topic. And do you have any other questions? questions I can help you out with? Well, please, come to my office hours again if you feel you need more help. I don't mind revisiting the subject as many times as it takes. I'm happy to help, and I'm looking forward to working with you for the rest of the semester. I hope this was helpful for you. You'll get it, I promise. All right. Well then, I'll see you in class.